Are you a tough guy off the court too?
I don't have to be tough off the court. I don't have to be tough on the court, but it's the way I play. I make guys respect me. You get past me, you know, you have to deal with him.
This is my hit man. This is my hit man. Yeah.
Ran at the foul line extension. Guns it goes. And it's 18-14. And Mahorn and Oakley nearly go to war. Technical foul on Rick Mahorn. He put an open hand in Oakley's kisser.
They started it early. They've been continuing it. It's something to really watch.
You noticed that before I did.
Yeah, it's fun to watch that sort of thing go on. Most of the time when you're coaching, you can't pay attention to it. But when you're like this and see the whole floor, it's quite fun.
Ewing za 3. Niecelnie. Mourning. No. Oakley, ale nie miał złych intencji, chociaż faulował Mourninga.
When you think of the New York Knickerbockers, you think of hard work, intensity, and toughness. That style is personified by one man, power forward Charles Oakley. He's had a tremendous season, making his first NBA All-Star team and the all-defensive team as well. But for the Oak Man, that recognition was a long time coming.
It's going to be some rough play, and not to get caught up in it. I mean, Oakley is probably one of the best of physical power forwards. He's very much like Rodman in terms of offensive rebounds, and some of the banging that goes along underneath the rebound. So you got two professionals who tries to get the advantage against the other in whatever way possible. So we just hope that we can control ours and not let Dennis go, you know, haywire all over the place and stay focused to what the team is trying to do.
Banks not open. Carr banging inside is hammered. And he and Oakley, and we've got a technical foul. That is a pretty decent call there by Bob Delaney.
A hard foul. It was a hard foul.
Bob Delaney, a former state trooper, jumped right in, crossed the tee, and Antoine Carr. So what we have here is a foul called, I believe, on Charles Oakley.
See, this is what we just got finished talking about, losing your concentration.
Keep an eye on this. There's the first miss. You're going to see the miss go up. Now, here comes. This is where the Knicks sits up. You get the ball, you make a strong move, and you get fouled. Well, you just got hit on the arm. I mean, you didn't get hit and get taken to the floor, so the referee comes right in and says, you know what, we're not going to have 10 seconds.
Chambers qui shoot main gauche. Oh, attention! Cette balle était chaude. Et Oakley, qui a travaillé beaucoup à l'ombre ce soir, c'est le meilleur rebondeur professionnel cette année. L'année dernière, c'était Charles Barkley, le BBTGV. Alors là, il a peut-être trop de donner des...
The Boston Celtics future of the players they have.
Casey Jones says the raw talent. Oh boy, did he go down.
Minifield now gets up. He recovered in a hurry. That was a hard thump.
Now here's Minifield going to the basket, and watch him hit the floor. He runs right into that Charles Oakley. And he just, that hurt just sitting over here. The only interesting thing, seeing two brothers, John and Jim Paxson.
Anthony, oh, what a shot! Yes, and it counts. And here we go again.
Well, I don't know if that was Roberts or not, but somebody put their hands on the chest of a Knicks player in aggressive fashion.
And a technical foul has been indicated. Double technical on Charles Oakley and Stanley Roberts, and the announcement that they have both been ejected. Well, this is no question. Reaction.
Well, now they correct it.
Pass to catch, and he did. Not only that, but he makes a very difficult shot. It's so hard making a shot. You look at Anthony react to that at the yelling his enthusiastic response, and then the action started with the pushing. So hard to make a shot like that when you're going away from the basket, as Anthony's body was.
Christie guarded by Rivers. Trying to go to the crossover. Campbell. And Campbell and Oakley have some words. Campbell with a shove of Oakley. And they are quickly separated.
Charles Oakley reaching in, and then Campbell not happy with that reach in, and Charles has no interest in coming back at him. He's already got 2 flagrants this season.
Ewing getting position, double teamed and fouled. Peeler came over to help.
Had some sparks flying. Greg Anthony went in for a shot. John Williams KO'd him, and that ignited feelings. A lot of pushing. Charles Oakley. Mason came in to dispose of Williams, and the emotions were flying in L.A.
Out of game 1. Oakley. Called for steps. Oh, little shove. Gatling and Smith had some words. Gatling shoving Smith. Hardaway all over Smith. Hardaway pushed aside by Oakley. And the official step between.
Hardaway is the instigator here. He's doing too much talking.
And a timeout is called. We'll be right back. The body did not. Last touch by the Knicks. 6 on the shot clock. Hardaway comes off surgery on his left wrist. Used his right wrist right there, it should be pointed out, and pushing Charles Oakley.
John Starks helping out, got into a little verbal.
And last touch. Let's see, the officials disagree. Starks and Hardaway came together, and they'll jump it up. Get the idea, Starks a little amused by this throw right to Pia Zadoraj. Right on target.
He handled it very well.
And Harper was fouled. It is a non-shooting foul. Ellis will throw. Anthony beating the pressure. Oakley is fouled. Oh, he faced a headlock and did not like it. Manning called for the foul.
Jackson is annoying Patrick Ewing. He's been talking to him constantly. Ewing getting that ball into Oakley inside. Danny Manning is not an angry player. He doesn't play with any kind of intimidating style. That was just an accident, I feel. He just kind of fell off Charles Oakley, who does not miss an opportunity to be physical with an opponent when it presents itself.
Amps. Time left, minute 5 remaining. Jake O'Donnell with the call. Oh, and Oakley and Manning had some words.
Meanwhile, John Starks went flying on that play as the foul was called, apparently against the Clippers. And then Oakley and Manning got into it.
It's on Manning, his 4th. Knicks get the new 20.
That being the #1 seed makes your opening series easy. Well, the Knicks don't think so, and neither do the Phoenix. Set a tone early in this playoff series. This is in the 4th quarter. Oakley with the elbow directed at George McLeod, and Oakley is cited for unsportsmanlike conduct, handed his 2nd technical foul of the game, and that means automatic ejection.
Starks is out here to continue the business that he has brought to this game, and Pat Riley not happy with the 15-point lead.
Reignite the Knicks.
And that is what he's done all night. The Bucks have been held to 33% shooting in the second half tonight.
Bonner for Oakley, moving well and just missed
off by Leitner and Martin. Mitchell rejected by Smith, who went up strong. Ewing couldn't save it from Gugliotta. Lofts it up for Ryder underneath, and he puts in the reverse. Oakley just slaps the hand of Sam Mitchell away, and we've got a technical foul.
The official didn't let Charles get away with that. Fortunately, Charles's arm movement didn't connect. Not that it would have hurt Mitchell.
Charles Oakley pleading the case. When did he shave the mustache off, John?
Good pickup, Al. Charles arguing his case to no avail.
And Charles Oakley is still pleading with Ed Middleton. Isaiah Ryder for the tee. Fans like that, obviously.
Take another look at this play now. Oakley knocked down by Gugliotta, no call, so he's unhappy. And Mitchell getting up slowly, and then you can see Charles swing that arm. Sure, it was viewed rather unsportsmanlike, and that's why the technical was called.
I think I'd be a little testy too, laying under the hoop, watching everyone jump up and maybe landing on my chest.
Also, he got creamed pretty well too. And we're told that Charles
the strength and height advantage. Ryder gets the ball. Starks went for the steal, trapped on the baseline, stepping out of bounds. And Oakley and Isaiah Ryder come together, very, very brief.
What was terrific about that play for the Knicks is that John
and Barkley was fouled. See how he gets attention though? The crowd is booing him now because he dunked the ball after the play was over. He draws attention. Charles Oakley called for that foul, so Marley puts it in place. Suns 8, Knicks 6. Slow start here at the Garden. Illegal defense called on the Knicks. That is the warning. Oh, Oakley and Barkley going at each other, and warned by the official Dan Crawford as they look for position. Charles Barkley, you get the idea, will not take anything at all from Charles Oakley and looks to establish position. He's got a smile, though. Has changed his style. He's pulled back, fitting him with the Suns offense. And a pushing foul on Anthony. And once again, Barkley and Oakley are having some words. Now, the move here would be if Charles gets involved with Barkley, at least take him out of the game. I would think from the Knicks' point of view, that could be extremely useful.
Sparks flying. The Charleses are getting together. Lots of banging going on. Oakley knows he can't give this guy any room, but he's doing it.
Abdul Rauf gets it right back to him. A hard foul by Charles Oakley. Charles started to show sympathy for the victim after he creamed him. Charles coming over with a very hard foul. And he kind of walked over in that direction looking to see if he could help him up. Take another look at it now. What a nice response by Abdul Rauf. With the coverage coming his way, he had the presence to give the ball up. Down low. What now is Charles Smith out of the Knicks picture for a while. So if it's not Ewing posting, it's going to be Anthony Mason. Byron Scott dribbled past Doc Rivers, and Doc fouled him as he went on by. Well, Doc Rivers followed by Charles Oakley.
How physical was it in there?
It was physical. The guys got big bodies, but, you can't worry about how physical. You just got to put your
You love that, right?
You just got to play the game. I don't worry about hit, bruises. I just play the game, and after the game over, take a shower and go home. I don't worry about it. I just play the game. I don't, bumping bruises. I don't think about that.
34, co-captain Charles Oakley. Of being slapped, legendary enforcer Charles Oakley. If you owe this man money, prepare to be dealt with in said manner.
Schlägerei an, zum Beispiel Wallace Williamson und Tom Gugliotta.
möglich. You know, I was always trying to do the right thing, and when you do the right thing and work hard and show people that, you know, you can be one of them guys in front of the line, and people tend to give you more respect.
Rematch between Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley, not to be. For more, here's Craig Sager.
Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley are disagreeable, uncongenial, incompatible at best. Barkley wants an apology after being fired to the ground by Oakley during preseason. Oakley wants revenge after being torched statistically and verbally by Barkley 3 weeks ago. Sir Charles isn't playing tonight, but he still had heated words for Mr. Oakley.
Charles Oakley can't play. He's not a challenge to me. He's a guy with muscles who works hard. Can't play a lick, so I'm not backing down from a challenge from him.
Oakley's response, Barkley talks too much. In fact, he was even trash talking during lineups. Oakley says he works his mouth off. I work my euphemism off. Vern?
We'll watch that euphemism all night long.
Yes, we will. And he does work his off a lot.
Yes.
He plays hard.
Yeah, the work ethic. Boy, he's a blue-collar athlete. He comes to work every night, and he does work hard.
Over. Great defense for Charles Oakley.
Oakley with an elbow. And the offensive foul called by George Tolliver. That's the third foul on Oakley. Kevin Willis grinning.
Yeah, he is. And you can see the game turning a little bit towards the aggressive side, and that's what we thought would happen.
47 to go, third quarter. Drexler, timeout called by the Rockets. Matt Maloney trying to finish when he realized he had Buck Williams on him. And words said between Drexler and Charles Oakley. Star break. The Knicks at home against San Antonio on Thursday night. Here's Starks. No. Tipped into the hands of Randy Livingston, and another foul called. Double foul called on Willis, and a technical foul called on Kevin Willis. It was Willis and
Charles Oakley going at it again.
Okay.
And, that's what the last foul was, and they've been going at it for about 2 or 3 series down the court, and Jimmy Clark caught him.
That is the 5th foul on Oakley and the 2nd foul on Willis, but he gets the technical, and Chris Childs is at the free throw line where he misses the technical.
Brown has been telling his team they can win. Oh, baby high, Charles Oakley. That's going to be a flagrant foul, I think. Flagrant foul.
And now Bowie comes over. McDaniel with a shove.
Why don't the officials step in?
I don't think they realized what was going on at first. And McDaniel is pushed down by Bowie. That's unbelievable.
Both saw the officials on the floor.
Well, he tried to keep Bowie away and lost his balance. Oakley having some words now with Coleman. This began in very mild fashion with Chris Morris and Patrick Ewing in a heated conversation walking up the court. And Mark Jackson and Derek Coleman now are having some strong words.
Now they've isolated. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Rebound. Oakley to McDaniel. He's fouled. Looked like Scott Williams got him.
Boy, McDaniel and Livingston, look at Oakley. They're doing some chattering out there on the floor now.
They gave the foul to Livingston. Ewing is back in the game. The crowd back into the game.
Let's watch the little by-play after this. The shot goes up, and you're going to see Oakley. Look at him come over and talk to Scott Williams. Just a little friendly chatter there.
At the charge. Oh! Oakley called for the block, and he is livid. He gets the technical.
Well, this could be a 4-point play.
Oh, he was there. Nevertheless, the call went against Oakley.
This could be big. We have to remember this play. This could be a 4-point swing. Here's the play. Pippen drives. Oh, I thought Oakley was there. The blocking foul. Oakley with the technical. Paxson will shoot the technical.
Try to beat the Knicks down court.
Good hustle by Antonio Davis. Davis staring at Charles Oakley, who took a late hit. What is curious about that is the fact that Antonio Davis has said right throughout the series that Charles Oakley, well, Starks called for the foul, but he said that Oakley is his role model. He looks up to his style of play and has said he hopes to be like Charles Oakley someday. But from that look at Oakley, there it is. Oakley said, isn't very quick. He's so wide, he's like a truck. I look forward to being something like him one day. But he did not appreciate the late hit from Oakley.
Well, the games are similar in that they both play around the basket, the shots, and uses the leaping factor more than Charles Oakley, as the extra grab, the extra hole, which has been a trademark of Charles Oakley and the New York Knicks now for the last 3-4 years.
Hubbard nearly coughed it up. Eric checking with Pat Riley. Oakley, offensive foul. Looks like Antonio Davis and Charles Oakley continuing that heated discussion that began earlier, and Charles was hit with a technical foul by Bennett Salvatore.
Well, Charles Oakley and Mason tangled up, and Charles with the extra hit before, which Antonio Davis took exception to. Backing in, this is not the most comfortable situation for Oakley because he does not have that explosiveness. And now the extra push after the foul call, or what Oakley thought should have been a foul call, as he poked Davis in the chest and face area.
Now you can see the change of attitude on the part of the Indiana Pacers. The two games in New York, they look to be, and Larry Brown first to admit, but now leads by 4. Larry Brown saying, I think it's like a bully. Speaking of the Knicks, they keep beating you up, and unless you fight back, they're going to continue to do it. So now we've got to fight back, and they have certainly demonstrated more emotion, more intensity.
For 3. He's 0 for 2, followed by Oakley, and he swings at McLeod. He's gone. A tough enforcement of the new playoff rules. Well, Al, as you mentioned, the NBA's new policy is that if a player throws a punch but misses, he is ejected from the game. During the regular season, a player who missed the punch was not suspended. And Johnny's gone for a game, too. He's ejected from this game, and he's gone from game 2. And Oakley now pulls away from Pat Riley. A player who throws a punch but misses will be ejected from the game and suspended for the next game, Al, as you just pointed out. That is a very costly moment in Game 1 for the Knicks. And only the other day, the NBA announced its toughening of a policy covering violence for the playoffs. Oakley had already been called for a technical foul in the first quarter. Now he's letting Knicks Vice President John Cirillo have it. Dick Harder off the bench to try and calm him down. Meanwhile, on the floor, Detlef Schrempf hits the technical foul. NBA Vice President Rod Thorne is here tonight as well. I just want to get one thing confirmed. Was this a second technical, or was he ejected immediately for the punch? Now, you have to, I don't know what makes a punch up, but that certainly didn't look like a punch. But it was interpreted apparently as such, Al. We have to back off now on the suspension for the next game. That was the technical that got him ejected from the game. Now Malik Sealy is called for the foul. Well, there is no suspension on that. That was not interpreted as a punch. That was his second technical. Oakley freeing himself.
University of Texas, El Paso, second year with Toronto after 6 years with Indiana.
It's going to be a loose ball foul on Oakley, so 2 missed free throws. Got a chance to push that lead back to 10. Oakley with a little push off, and you know there's going to be a little agitation after the play with Oakley. He's going to give you a little extra bump. Marvin's going to say something, try to aggravate you a little bit. You've been doing this, what, 15, 16 years now. That's a delay of game now against Charles Oakley, so the next one a technical.
You had Charles in his early years as a member of the Chicago Bulls. Was he like this as a rookie?
Not quite as vocal. Charles was very shy and just played, but the longer he's been in the league, he will let you know what he thinks. He just stepped out of bounds. Eric Snow, an unforced error. I was standing right here. I watched it. His left foot came right back and stepped out of bounds as he tried to penetrate and go to the basket.
Oakley. 3 or 4 times a game, Rick Pitino says, Charles, you can take the 3. That time he thought he had the 3, but he was right on the line for 2. That's a powerful weapon when your power forward can go out there and have that kind of range. In fact, that may be the best shot in his repertoire. Rick Pitino told Tommy and me yesterday that Charles Oakley has been the key to the New York turnaround this year. The last ball game, Charles Barkley was complaining that Oakley had his hands all over him, and I think that foul that was called was an attempt to try and clean up that situation.
Charles Oakley, the former Bull, on the other side. He will battle Horace.
Last night he had 10 rebounds against Indiana, 6 offensive. He does the job on the boards.
In the middle.
Press on. They've already committed two fouls in the back since they put the press on here in the second period.
And the pressure stays. And rebounds. Now Ewing against Corzine. He should love this from the baseline, the turnaround. Corzine can't play Ewing down in the box.
Another technical foul. That's 3 times that Charles Oakley has knocked the ball away. Now, how many times do they have to make the call to realize that, hey, you better not touch the ball? 3 delay of game warnings, well, 1 warning and 2 technicals, and every one of them involved Charles Oakley.
Bill Oakes, the official, talking to Jackson and Oakley. Even the prior time the ball was inbounded, Oakley had it in his hands. Jump hook won't go, gets his own rebound. Oakley is knocked out of bounds by Grant, and that'll be the 4th foul on Horace Grant.
See, Oakley comes from behind to take the ball away from Horace, who had control. As they run into it, he did indeed bump right into him. It certainly wasn't anything intentional, but a very costly foul for Chicago and Horace Grant.
Well, that's good news, bad news. Or good news. And it's all Oakley tonight. Charles Oakley from Virginia Union in the CIAA, the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Paxson takes it to the paint. He's fouled on the drive, and they're going to give him a 2-shot foul. That was Oakley who bounced the ball hard, but...
The 133rd straight sellout. Henderson allowed to penetrate. Lambeer for Sally, fouled by Oakley.
Oh, in a big way. No dirty looks by Sally, though. So now Charles Oakley is giving Sally some kind of verbal message, and he's going to pay the price now. Sally was standing there very patiently, and Charles Oakley's been working on him verbally.
Apparently Sally had something to say to Oakley, who answered him. May have been a challenge involved there, and Charles hit with the technical foul. Joe Dumars will shoot the tee, and it looked like Sally was upset by that hard foul given by Oakley, because he's rubbing the lower back. He was out with a lower back strain, so he did not appreciate the fact that he was hit hard. Charles Oakley sitting down. Patrick Ewing returns. Charles leads with 6 points, 3 rebounds. Played well in 19 minutes in the first half this evening. The Detroit Pistons have lost 5 of their last 6, 9 of the last 14. They did beat the Clippers here on Sunday. That snapped the 5-game